Good morning and a big welcome to you to the capital city. I understand officers have traveled from all parts of the nation to be here this morning. And I think this is the first of something we're having like this for the heads. And I must congratulate you once again for being promoted to the positions that I think you rightfully deserve. And I look forward to working with your team. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning is all about teamwork. Okay? And that's the reason why we have put all of you together in one room, so that you can know each other by face, you can know each other by name, and you can know each other for the mission that is ahead of you. Leadership, for me, is no easy task. I want to start with that. So I was just sitting there and I managed to get this. Okay, I just managed to get this. I'll tell you why I want to read this to you. So it says, leadership is based on inspiration. Very important. You must be inspired by someone or even by yourself to lead for the dreams that you have for yourself. It's not domination. Many times people see leaders as dominating. Probably because the tone you use, the demeanor you portray, it's how you portray yourself, right? You may be the softest person on the earth, but the way you portray yourself in your leadership roles sort of gives out different vibes. Always try to understand that, right? As a leader, people will have different perceptions of it. But what do? You hold your ground if you believe that whatever you're doing is the best thing for your people. Leadership is not about being popular, remember that. It's definitely not about being popular. Divisional heads, you may not be popular in your division, so be it. Do the right thing, right? And then it says, sorry, let me go over there. It's not about domination. It's about cooperation, not intimidation. I will only talk to you about how you're going to serve your people better. The rest of the agenda items will be carried out by the other members of the team. One of the things that I found in my 25 years of teaching service was that we were always intimidated by education officers. Always. That fear. I know some of you have come from the school system, or many of you have come from the school system. I was one of those officers who used to be scared when I was told that somebody from the education office is here to see you. It always made me feel, I'm going to be reprimanded. And that fear exists, even today. Even today that fear exists. How do you get rid of that fear? By being just and fair on everybody, right? You may be making hard decisions, but it has to be fair. It has to be justified. Your decision, your actions has to be justified because your subordinates, in order for them to work with you as a team, need to trust you. Trust. How do you get that trust? Very difficult, right? As leaders, you are always worried about what's happening around you. And that's a fact. 17,000 plus teachers will now come under you. So starting from the divisional heads, to the SEOs, to the curriculum advisors, this is a whole lot of names we've given you now. New names have come. Fancy names have come. But with those fancy names, remember, fancy names comes fancy responsibilities as well. So now, you must have been in the school system and you're feeling all good. Let me. So we have our divisionals, we haven't changed you, you're still there. We have senior advisors, we have exams officers, and of course we have all the other support staff. So whether you're a support staff, or whether you're a divisional, or whether you are a SEO, you need to work as a team. For a couple of years, we realized that our division officers were sort of vacant. At one time, there was one person manning one office, Lotoka, I think, one person. So we decided, okay, let's restructure CAS. So CAS has been restructured to ensure that you work more. Some of you might say, now the roles have been merged. Because we expect you to be the best in your job. So we tried to put it together. We sort of halved the number of staff in CAS, which obviously means that you will have more work to do. But more work doesn't mean more pressure. What does more work mean? Planning. Plan your work. And that's what you're going to go back today and Whatever information is given to you, you'll go back and start planning your divisions. And I expect changes in the division in terms of the quality that we produce, in terms of improving teacher attendance, in terms of maintaining your schools, etc. I'm very particular about infrastructure and cleanliness and stuff. That's why I travel all around the nation to see. And sometimes I'm so pleased with how divisions keep themselves. Like for the north, I told your divisional head in the north that your driveway to the school, simple thing, very simple thing, your driveway leading towards the school must be appealing. That's little things you can do. The color of the paint that you put in the building must be appealing. The whole infrastructure, the wash facilities, everything, provision of water tanks, that will all come under you. You might say, okay, that doesn't come under me, it does come under you. So your sort of role is multifaceted. It's not something that you can fulfill by sitting inside the offices. Some of you will definitely be inside offices, especially curriculum experts and stuff. But communication with your staff under your division is vital. Please don't start, one division should not go in the north direction, one division should not go in the eastern. You need to coordinate. Any changes you want to bring about, coordinate. The divisionals, you are very important. You will set the pace and the direction and the vision in line with what we want. Okay? Reporting time. So don't change things without thinking about the long plan. Sometimes we have some divisionals or education officers going into schools and making all sorts of decisions that comes back to us. So this decision that you make must be consistent, must be uniform across the whole of Fiji. No one school, no one division, no one teacher, no one student should be disadvantaged. I'll give you examples of my trips to Lambasa. I've been making frequent trips to Lambasa, and I thank Yasa for that, and I thank Anna for that. Believe me, if that hadn't happened, the team notes will be able to explain to you, we wouldn't have been able to bring about numerous changes to infrastructure and other equipment, etc. that the schools needed. Now that takes vision. I don't know, Mr. Chand, have you been to all the schools in the country? No, sometimes it's not possible. But the feedback that you are going to give us, is going to help us make decisions at that level. Budgetary allocations, other support services that you need, right? So please use today's meeting and induction to familiarize yourself with your new roles. School system is different. School system is very different. When you come to these administrative roles, it's different again. You may be the expert in maths and given a division as a support staff, but you cannot work in isolation, remember that. Definitely cannot work in isolation. You cannot say, look, I come from the schools, I know maths and I'm the best in maths, I'm the best in social science, or I'm the best divisional. Nobody is ever the best. Nobody. We always learn. And we learn through communication and teamwork. Whichever way you communicate with each other, form a Viber group, your email, call up. So if you have an issue, call up. So how are you doing this in the north? So we have a problem. West might have a problem. How do you do it in the north? Okay, then you quickly get together and say, okay, let's do it. Let's trial this. But don't do it without seeking approval from your heads as well. It's very important that we are kept in the loop about what's happening in your division. Display professionalism at all times. I'm telling this to everybody here. You are not in the school system. You lead by example, your divisions will follow. Simple things like dress code. Very important. How do you portray yourself to your community? How do you portray yourself to your students? Punctuality. If you arrive late, obviously your staff in your division will arrive late and the news will follow. The new divisional is very relaxed, very friendly. Oh, he's my friend, don't worry about that. It shouldn't be like that. That culture existed, and I think it still exists within the Ministry of Education. I'm the boss, let me do what I want to do. No. You're not the boss. I still am your boss. Okay? Timeliness, punctuality, cleanliness, meeting deadlines. We have a lot of schools that do not enter data into FEMIS on time. That affects us. We need that data. So we will not go directly to schools, we'll just go to division and say, this is your deadline, make sure all the data is da-da-da-da. How visionary are you? I was asking somebody yesterday, do we know how many students have left school due to COVID? Do we know that as a ministry? Has somebody initiated that? Or does it have to be me who is going to initiate that? Your division should start doing that. There's food programs going on. You will have to monitor that as well. When I went to that school, what was it? Mr. Krishna, what was that? What was it? District, right? Yeah. So I just went with one health team one day and I said, that's the first time for me to go to this school. I know the media is trying to capture this. But anyways, sometimes when you visit places, you see for yourself. And I was shocked at what I saw. And then I'm asking, what if the divisionals were doing all this while? One of the classrooms, the ceiling was about to fall down. The washroom was in a pathetic condition. These are some things I want to go and start making an impact. Make your presence felt in your division. I am the divisional head. This is my ministry's expectation. This is my vision for my division. Assert that first and you will see everything will fall in place. Get to know your heads of schools. Don't get too familiar with your heads of schools. The moment you start sitting and drinking grog, you know what's going to happen, right? You sort of break that professional relationship. Keep it professional. You may be the best of the friends outside work hours, but during work hours, that friendship should not affect the decisions that you make. Professionalism. I receive a lot of complaints. This one sitting there, the decision made is like that, stuff like that. Do not entertain heads of schools who victimize other staff. It's also going on. Do not promote groupism in schools. I've been in the system. Head of school has some favorites and that's it. All the leaves granted and all this thing happening. Our core mission of the ministry is to ensure that there is conducive teaching and learning. Added to that is quality. How do you ensure that your staff in your divisions are imparting quality education to our children? At the end of the day, that's it. Quality education, education delivery. But of course, the other aspects come in too. Professional development. How do you develop your staff professionally in your division? Is it the same old routine of somebody coming and presenting something about professional development? This is your professional development. Eh? When you go out of here, you should go refreshed and you should go renewed with a new vision, with a new energy, with new vigor. Okay, I'm going to make a difference to the ministry. It always has to be my ministry, your ministry. You can't say the Ministry of Education belongs to the minister. No, it doesn't. It belongs to all of us. And you are equally a valuable partner in ensuring that we achieve the mission and vision. Accessibility, affordability, and inclusivity. 3 things. SDG 4s. Read all that. I know most of you people have done a lot of postgraduate studies and stuff. Continue doing that. It will help the system with recommendations that you bring forward. Okay? Remember, change will always be resisted. When you go there as a new person and you want to bring about this change and you say, okay, I want the school compound clean, neat and tidy. This is my deadlines. Even during the holidays, the school grounds must be maintained and stuff. Some people will resist to that. How do you manage that change? That's very important. That's very important. So now, I don't know what you're going to discuss in all the other sessions, but my concern here is service delivery. You must deliver the service, and you must deliver it very, very professionally. The way you address each other, that's very important. The way your heads of schools address you, very important. We can't have some, just because, sorry, I can only see Ronald sitting here. So say, friend hai, chal ji sab. Oh, he's just a friend, it will work like that. It shouldn't work like that. Now, Mr. Krishna is no longer with HR. He's there. How does he portray himself? I don't know. So that is something I'm sure HR will be able to communicate with you. So we can spend hundreds and hundreds of hours discussing professionalism. but it's you who is going to portray that. We can spend hours and hours making policies, but it is you who is going to give life to that policy by implementing it. Sometimes we find out heads of schools or child protection officers or VPs and APs are probably not aware of certain changes that happens. So the first thing I'd suggest you do when you go to your divisions is pull out all the circulars and policies. All the circulars. You must know all instructions that goes from the headquarters. And you must make sure that your divisions adhere to those instructions and circulars and report back on time. FEG is another issue for us. We are blamed, we didn't give the money so the school is not able to fix the photocopier. Now it's your responsibility to see that the FEMIS and all the other records are updated on time so that headquarters is able to sort of dish out the money or the FEG grant, etc. So whole lot of things you have to do now. Whole lot of things. How well you keep your divisional officers. How well you keep your washrooms in the offices. How will you treat those parents who come to the education office? That's service delivery. Most of you now, some will be based in case, a lot of you will go back to the division office. It's not that when I come and I find out there's no transport. It mostly happens like this. Minister, we don't have a transport. You must know the procedures of dealing with the headquarters as to, okay, there's a need for transport. Sometimes we go and find out, there's a relieving teacher missing in this school. It's not for us, you will have to tell us that. We are still trying to post teachers on relieving and other, on other cases as well. So by filling in your offices, I think we should be better prepared for 2020, 2022 when it comes to transfers and movements and the rest of the stuff. Right? Don't go there, see, there's another saying. If we always do what we've always done, carry on, this is how it goes. If we've always done, if we always do what we've always done, we will always have what we've always got. Remember that. It's just chalando. Huh? That's how he said. It happened to chalando. Let it be like that. Where's the vision there? Where is your vision? So the group sitting in this room, you sort of now are going to be the fuel to the engine that's going to drive the Minister of Education in future. It's very important. And the ideas of the divisionals, please listen. The ideas of this young staff must be heard and listened to and incorporated into your plans of how things are going to happen. Always, always respect new ideas. Well, sometimes it may go against what you believe in. Resolve that. Resolve that. Right? So, sorry, I have to go and chair the meeting. I leave you with all the good wishes for year 2021. Have a safe trip back home. Absorb and learn and listen to all that's going to go in today. And if you feel you need to meet again, there's nothing stopping you from meeting in your own groups. There's nothing stopping. Always put forward your ideas to us and say, okay, this is what we feel should be done in terms of this. You have ideas about examinations, you have ideas about assessment. So let it be known. Otherwise, believe me, like I said, we will always have what we've always got. Because we will always do what we've always done. New ideas, new vision, creativity, being innovative, smart. You all are smart. You are here because you deserve to be here. Simple as that. You've gone through a lot of processes to be here. Nobody has just been handpicked and put here and there. Some of your colleagues have gone back to schools, etc. So you are here, right? So please do your work diligently. That's all I ask of you. Be honest and professionalism in your dealing. And I'm sure 2021 will be a great year for us if all of us are going to work together, right? So thank you and God bless you all. And like I said, safe trip back home. Thank you.
Honorable Rosy Akbar, to share her thoughts of this important forum. Honorable Minister and Assistant